Streaming now, this is the Wood TV Live Desk.
And good afternoon, everyone. Phil Penarski here with the News 8 Live Desk. Hope you're having a great day so far. Well, the 2024 West Michigan CEO Summit just wrapped up a little bit ago, and there was a lot to definitely discuss there. We were out there earlier this morning with the mobile News 8 Live Desk, and it was a lot of fun getting a chance to talk to some of the CEOs, talk to the Grand Rapids Chamber of Commerce as they get set to host the 6th Annual CEO Summit at the JW Marriott, and we are now being joined by somebody who stayed for the entire time. Business reporter Madalyn Buursma joins us to talk a little bit about what she saw, what she experienced as part of the summit. Madalyn, thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
And I guess first things first, you obviously stayed through the whole time. I unfortunately didn't have that luxury, but you got to hear all these great speakers, network a little bit, see just kind of the business world across West Michigan. What was it really like being there and just kind of seeing it all unfold in front of you?
Yeah. Oh, it was such a fun event. This is the second time I was able to go, and it's always such a great event. It's great to tap into what the local business leaders are thinking, some of the issues that they're thinking through, what some of those solutions are. To meet some of these business leaders is always great, and especially to hear from them, hear their stories, hear where their businesses are at, and some of the personal challenges that they've come through. Some of the speakers got really vulnerable as they shared their story. So it was such a great event to be able to go to and to then cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the best part is you get to be at the JW for the better part of the morning, get some free food as well. It was just a really good time. As I mentioned, I was down there a little bit earlier. But for Madalyn, for you, what really were some of the more interesting parts of this? Obviously, there's a lot that kind of goes on during these summits, but what stood out to you as maybe some of the things that you were really excited to learn about and, got to the chance to do so, or maybe some things that maybe you had never heard of and got the chance to actually experience right there?
So one of the things that I really liked hearing about was one of the speakers talked about the use of AI in business and some of the ways that business leaders can use AI in a really ethical way. And it's just such a topical issue right now. In fact, my table before the presentation was talking about AI and some of the different ways that it can be used. But he talked about how AI doesn't have empathy, but we can still use it along with human leadership and with empathy to be really effective. He talked about how you can use it for audience research, you can use it to test websites for compliance, to make sure that they're compliant with state and federal laws. You can use it to analyze client feedback. There's so many different things you can use with AI. So that was really fascinating to hear some of the ways that West Michigan businesses are using this new tool to help further their businesses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you touched on it, AI being obviously one of the huge talking points. So being able to really hear from people that have to deal with it on a day in and day out basis is super duper interesting, Madalyn. And I know, of course, we're going to have continuing coverage over on woodtv.com just about the summit and kind of wrapping things up there. But one thing that I asked everybody that I talked to there, of course, was about the theme, or regarding the theme of the summit, which this year was leadership for the future. Would you say that was probably a good theme for them to have, and really did you think that they really stuck to it throughout the duration of the summit?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of them talked about what makes an effective leader, what makes a good leader, and how these business leaders are really trying to be effective leaders in their businesses. And I thought they really stuck to the theme really well. It was really interesting to hear how they were doing that. And we had a table discussion in the middle where we talked about how we see leadership. So that was really cool to hear from those business leaders about what it means to be a leader.
Mm-hmm. All right, fantastic stuff. Well, again, we're going to have continuing coverage of the 2024 West Michigan CEO Summit coming up later on in our newscast, as well as anytime over on our website, woodtv.com. You can hear some of the interviews that we did earlier on the live desk there as well. And then, just kind of stay up to date on everything regarding the businesses here across West Michigan. We loved being able to cover it last year. Glad to be able to do it again. And it was really, really a fun time, wouldn't you say, Madalyn?
Oh, so much fun. The food was incredible as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's always great.
Yeah, that's always a huge plus there, definitely. So, yeah, like I said, everybody, if you want to stay up to date regarding this summit, be sure to head on over to our website, woodtv.com right now. For our Facebook audience, just head on down to the description box or the comment section below. You'll be able to find a link that will take you directly to our coverage, and stay tuned as we will have more coming up later on today. Madalyn, thank you so much for stopping by. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much. It was good to see you.
Of course. I want to thank everybody else for tuning into this latest edition of the News 8 Live Desk. I'm Phil Penarski, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.